Francisco here, and today we are talking about sports uniforms and graphic designing. As Deion Sanders once put, he mentioned in his Twitter account, if you look good, you feel good. If you feel good, you play good. If you play good, they pay you good. And if they pay you good, you live good. If you live good, you thank God. And that's the truth. Okay, and with us now and joining us for this episode is the brains behind the creative genius rather behind the Project 4. Okay, a company that does graphic design for team sports, Miss Au Aranas. Good afternoon, Au.
Hello.
Hi ka naman sa kanila.
Hi, guys.
Ayun, tell us a little more about yung company nyo, yung Project 4.
Okay, sige. So, technically, the Project 4 kasi started talaga siya nung 2018 in terms of, officially starting it. Pero kasi prior to that, I've been doing all the freelance work. Tapos parang at some point, parang I felt like ang dami ko ng jerseys na nade-design. So
Mm.
I wanted to put out on Instagram. Wala lang. Honestly, ano lang, parang nung time na yon I was thinking, gusto ko lang ng catalog of sorts na parang, okay, na-design ko to for this team, ito yung itsura niya.
Mm.
Um, I was using it as ano ba tawag doon? Parang thermometer of sorts na parang ay ang dami ko na palang blue na na-design for this
Mm.
season, ganyan. So parang trying to avoid all of the confusion.
Mm.
Kaya ako nabuo yung Instagram. And then kaya siya naging the project for kasi parang feeling ko ng time na yun, ang cool ko kasi you know how 'di ba sa Instagram caption kagad.
Yeah.
So, your handle, tapos title. So, I wanted it to be the project for, and then I'd mention yung kung sino yung client ko, for, as in, first, on the first line. So, it's always the project for, kunwari, the sports
Okay.
project.
Yeah.
So, I wanted it to be that personalized in a sense na every time you wanted to see anything on my feed, you already knew na kung para kanino siya.
Yeah. Kaya pala.
So,
Natanong ko rin sa'yo yun eh. Ba't the Project 4?
oo. So, as in, I always termed my design tasks, as in design output kasi as projects since
Mm.
forever, since college. Parang feeling ko lagi college project lang siya.
Ah. Which,
Um, Yun, so dun siya nag-start. Dumami na ng dumami yung requests. Like, I added my friends lang ng mga
mm.
unang, syempre, usual, di ba? Parang, guys, follow niyo to for what I do, ganyan. Um, Tapos dumami na siya, and then I was getting inquiries through it na ganyan. So, that's when I started to put it out and actually focus on that talaga.
So basically, Project 4, solo ka dyan. To
Oo,
start out.
initially, yes. Oo.
Top.
And then, parang, kailan ba yun? I think last year lang, parang I was taking in a lot more projects than I could actually handle.
Mm.
So, in terms of parang expanding it, halos mga last year lang siya. Halos mga 2 years pa lang since talagang I actively added people into the team to be able to give that better service then to clients. Ganun.
So ilan yung ano mo? Ilan yung nasa team mo? Puro graphic designers.
Na graphic designers right now, we have two people on board.
Mm.
So that's me and another person.
Okay.
And then the three other people in the team are helping out for merch.
Mm.
Kasi, yun nga, kumbaga parang we wanted the design. Kumbaga, walang kwenta kasi yung design if wala siyang medium, di ba?
Yeah.
So that's why we expanded into merchandise, which is now handled by 3 out of 5 people in the team.
Okay. That's good.
Yun, yes.
Nag-expand na kayo after
Oo. Yeah,
kailangan
but
eh.
yeah, but the thrust pa rin has always been graphic design talaga.
Mm.
So
Napansin
yun.
ko yung designs nyo before kasi medyo eye-catching siya for ano. Kasi 'di ba, nakwento ko nga sa iyo na I was into ano rin, yung designing team sports. Ang problema ko, wala akong background sa designing. I have ideas, pero ang problema ko is paano mag-execute. So
Mm,
it's a good service to to have. So
yes.
so malamang karamihan ng clients nyo, mga teams, 'di ba? You started out with Ultimate Frisbee, tama?
Yes, that's the main niche talaga,
Oo.
ultimate frisbee.
Actually, tama yan. Yung sa Ultimate Frisbee before, ano yan, short story lang ha. Pigilan mo
Sige,
ako pag
sige,
medyo
go, go, go.
humaba ng konti. Napansin ko yun dati. Like, kami sa Philippine Ultimate nung nag-start ako, which was 2005, I think. Walang uniforms yung
Yeah.
mga teams nun eh. Like
Mm.
kami, I started out with Bombproof. Swerte namin kasi yung Bombproof was a retail store.
Okay.
Si Jay Hitman tawag namin sa kanya, yung manager. So he provides us with mga dry cool na jersey, saka
Mm.
yung mga mountain climbing pants. Pero nung nalipat ako ng Breakfast Club,
Mm.
kunyari, mag-open yung league this weekend. Saturday night, we'd have a tie-dye party. We tie-dye our own jerseys. Tapos bili kami
Fun.
nung mga binibili sa National Bookstore, yung textile paint. And
Mm.
we design our own names, tapos yung numbers, yung ganun.
O, tapos hahanap ka pa ng mag-lettering ng maganda.
Kami.
Ganun.
Kaya lahat ng yung uniforms mo, handmade mo. Kaya
Ayun.
very special
Dagdag
siya sa'yo.
pride.
Kaya lang, it's cotton.
Oo.
Kaya, di ba,
Uso
maghapon
na ba
ka,
nun yung mga trades?
yeah, pag international, pero pag local naman, wala.
Wala
Pero
naman.
may mga arbor, ganun. Pero,
Usual.
oo, ganun. So, so when you started out, ano ba talaga?
Yes.
So ikaw, graphic design talaga yung course mo nung
Graphic design talaga. So, nag-graduate ako with a fine arts degree,
sa
information design from Ateneo.
Aneo.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tanong ko anong year? Anong year ka para
I
ma-put into
graduate
context? Graduate natin eh.
2013.
Yikes. Okay, so kailan lang yun halos. Pero parang
Mm-mm.
matagal na rin, no?
Oo.
7 years.
Pero kasi,
Oh.
nag-start ako ng ultimate talaga nung high school sa Miriam. Tapos, parang as part of the Ultimate Frisbee Club. Tapos, ang coach namin nun si X.
Yeah, oo. Mm.
Yun. Doon ako natuto talaga. Tapos, parang,
Mm.
okay, tara, saya nito, ganyan. Just to happen lang na nag-stop ako nung college. Tapos,
Mm.
binalik ko lang ulit nung after college na. Yun, tapos nahook na ako ulit. Yun.
Nakatawa nga eh. Kasi nung nag-start out kami, si Christian, sobrang bata pa niyan eh. Tapos ngayon, siya na yung isa sa mga veterans sa sport. Diba? Tapos
Oo.
medyo world class pa siya na na-recognize na rin siya abroad. May article
Yeah.
lumabas recently, nakita mo? Nasa top.
Yung top 10, yun ba yun?
Nandun
Oh,
siya.
I saw
Good
that.
job. Good job kay Christian. To see him grow like that, nakakaano. Just puts into perspective gaano katanda na rin kami.
So many years of
Oo,
training.
tagal na rin. Actually, nag-ultimate ako, tanda na rin ako eh. Kaya I only had siguro mga 2 to 3 years na medyo nakakasabay ka pa sa bilis. As after a while, wala na. Pumagal na. Ang bilis ng decline pag once you hit mga 32, 33. Kaya kakaiba
Ay,
yung teammate mo, di ba? Yung batchmate ko, si Louie.
oo.
Louie Ares Pacochaga.
Yeah.
Kung ano, grabe, ilang taon na siguro? 48 na siguro yan si Louie. Bubukingin ko na para ano, para mas maano, para
Oo,
mas,
pero sprints pa
oo
din.
nga,
Wala.
hindi, para mas mabilib yung mga tao sa kanya, kahit
Oo.
ganun ka advanced years na niya.
Oo.
Alright, yung iba sa amin, nag-glucosamine na siya, takbo pa rin ang takbo.
Tuloy lang si Louie eh.
Anyway, so balik tayo sa'yo. Tama na si Louie. Okay. So when you got into Ultimate, ano, so doon mo na start yung company, yung Project 4.
Oo, ish. Parang
Oo.
ganon. Parang dumami lang siya because of Ultimate and Friends,
Yeah.
ganyan.
Oo.
Di ba usual naman yun?
Yes,
Parang, okay, I have this friend who designs. So,
Oo.
kare, within the team, tas meron pa isang teammate na nagde-design. Parang, uy, design mo naman yung jersey natin.
Oo. Kaya nga.
So, yun.
Tapos lumaki yung network mo until you
Oo,
found na
dumami
medyo
na siya. Yeah,
lucrative na siya na pwede ng
oo.
pagkakitaan.
Pero prior to me actually getting serious about, parang being serious about the project for, si, si, um, si Jolas, you know him, sa Boone.
Yeah, oo.
Yun. So, friend ko siya from high school. And then, parang there's this one time, parang naalala niya lang or something. Basta, nagpo-post ako about design things, ganyan. Tapos, he messaged me one time. Sabi niya, parang, they need a design daw for this one client. Tapos, it turned out to be si Las Vegas Ultimate.
Yeah.
So, they got me, essentially. So, that's technically parang my pinaka-first client in the Ultimate community na official. Yung hindi friends, ganyan. So, yun. Kaya, ano ba? Big thanks ako talaga with Boone because they saw that opportunity then with me.
Yeah, okay din yan si Aldwin, yung grupo nila.
Oo, yun nga
Nakaka-proud,
sinabi ko nga.
nakakatuwa rin yung na-achieve nila for the past ilang years na ba? Tagal na. Tanda na rin si Aldwin eh. Tanda pa sa akin yan.
Oo, pero sobrang intense din niya with with his sportswear talaga and the
Siyempre,
construction of
ganun
it,
naman eh. Oo. Sa ano eh,
'di
you can't but feel happy lalo na nung na corner niya yung US market. 'Di ba? There was
Yup,
a time uh, ano ba 'yon? Dalawang leagues ba kanya o yung ano lang? Yung Major League Ultimate lang.
CAUDL, I think.
AUDL pala, sorry, sorry. So,
Oo.
yun, AUDL, yun yung hawak niya, diba?
Yeah,
So,
for I think I think more than 2 seasons yun.
yeah, more than.
Mm,
Tapos
yun.
nadala pa niya dito
Oo,
mga Boon
All
Rock Stars,
Star.
yeah, na dati pinapanood lang natin sa videos, tapos ayun
Oo,
na,
pangalan lang sila dati.
mm, may picture nga ako, ewan ko nasa na yun kay Bo
Kay
Kittredge.
Bo.
Oo, nasa na yung picture. May picture kami ni Hirsch nun eh. Nasa na kaya napunta yun? Ayun.
Well, dapat pinapaskill mo na yun.
Oo nga eh. Sayang.
With signatures and all.
Nakakapanghinaya nga kasi before I used to get orders na rin with my company do sa mga
Yeah.
Australian teams. Kaya lang yun nga. Because of certain health issues, I had to let go. Tapos medyo pagbalik ko si Aldwin
Yeah.
na yung hawak na
Oh,
ni
pero
Aldwin.
aggressive din kasi si Australian market. Kasi yun nga, sabi ko nga sa'yo, di ba, I'm handling a sportswear
Mm,
company din in Australia.
mm,
Parang they have a different feel for loyalty in terms of parang having someone within their location.
yeah.
Hindi ko
Pero,
lang alam, baka nag-grow na lang to be that
pero ang
way.
gusto ko sa Australian market before, ang lakas nila mag-refer. Ang daming
Mm,
magme-message ay I was referred by itong friend ko, kunya si Megan Barnes who used to play do sa national team, yung mga women's team. Yung
mm,
seniors naman, may Pinoy doon, si Wayne, he used to play with Breakfast Club. Tapos every time
mm.
magpapasok ang team ng Masters ng Australia, they'd get
Yeah.
orders from me. Kaya
Yun.
kaya nakakatuwa. Tapos ang daming referrals, kaya nakakaaliw. So you made a lot of friends din eh. Kaya lang there was
Yeah.
a time they'd email tapos may mga times nga hindi ko na nasagot yung iba kasi nga tigil talaga yung company. Tapos
Yeah.
when I got back medyo iba na yung may hawak. So ang hirap ng makabalik kasi yung iba nagkaroon na ng brand loyalty.
All right. Oo.
Yeah, so yeah. Pero it's okay naman. At least friends mo pa rin naman yung kumikita. Diba?
Oo.
Mm.
Help each other out talaga.
Tapos minsan nagkakaroon ka pa rin naman ng order. So, it's all good. Diba? Nakakahinayang lang yung before.
Very true.
Oo.
Oo.
So, balik tayo sa uli.
Okay, let's
Nagda-digress
go.
na naman tayo. Okay. So, pagdating sa graphic designs, okay,
Yes.
ano yung mga influences mo? Like, do you have a certain design aspect na ito yung go-to mo or more on ano ba yung term doon? Kasi pag sa music tawag nila
Style ba to?
sa style
Genre,
parang
ganon.
ganun. Di ba sa music tawag nila pag lahat eclectic. Diba? Ikaw sa graphic design, ano yung more on saan ka nag-gear towards? Mas gusto mo ba
Mm-mm.
yung old school style or parang
Oo. So far, based on, hindi ko alam baka naka first person perspective kasi ako on it.
ah,
Pero, I feel like walang specific style.
hmm,
Although, we do adhere to, at least para sa the project 4, we do adhere to like specific hierarchies, importances in terms of design elements.
hmm,
So, at least for us, we always want to make sure na parang when we produce design, lahat ng elements important para dun sa mismong story of the whole jersey.
hmm,
So, when you take something out of it or like move something to another place, parang iba na siya. It changes the message altogether kapag you move things around. And that's what we always aspire to do.
hmm,
With sportswear. Kasi, kumbaga parang, for us, kumbaga, di ba parang now, we are given the tech of sublimation. So, parang, when in terms of sublimation, you can do anything actually that you want, di ba, on that specific plane. So, ang gusto namin and what we want to do talaga all the time is to make sure na sulit yung pag-sublimate. Pero sulit pa din siya in a sense na the message comes across right.
tama.
get what I mean?
Yun,
So kumbaga parang we don't want to have elements that will kunwari, that will distract
yes.
whoever from, let's say, your team name
Mm.
or your team number, because essentially the objective naman talaga of sportswear or of jerseys is para makita ka on the field, 'di
Yeah.
ba?
Tama yun.
So,
Gusto ko mag-expound do sa topic na yun. Sa dye sublimation kasi.
yes.
It's parang loaded gun yan pag binigay mo rin sa mga graphic designer na parang gusto lang ma-maximize
Oo.
yung the fact na we can fill the space with designs. Kaya ang nangyayari to the point, ang
Yes.
gulo na. Masabi lang naka full dye sublimated na shirt kung ano-ano na
Oo.
yung nilalagay. So yun ang maganda do sa designs na mga parang may symmetry ba. Tapos minsan may simple lang na pattern na yung medyo ano ba yung terms? Hindi ko maano yung mga graphic terms, hindi ako familiar eh. Parang kunyari may background ka lang na medyo light like yung ginawa mo sa Maynilad na jerseys before.
Mm.
Yun. Yung
Yes.
ganong kasimple lang, 'di ba?
Yes.
Yan.
Yun, parang sometimes kasi, kumbaga, for us, we anchor always yung design namin. We anchor it on specific concepts that are important for our clients.
Mm.
So, whether it's, let's say, yung actual history nila, or their team name,
Yeah.
their actual values,
Mm.
or, alam mo yun, yung iba kasi may kwento talaga, or like may
Yes.
specific personality yung bawat team that they want, parang that they want to put forward.
Yes.
And as a designer, I mean, as an outsourced designer for actual sportswear, we want to make sure that that's highlighted all the time.
Tama.
So, as in, parang, alam mo yun, it's difficult to discuss it ng parang without visuals or
Yes.
anything.
Oo nga eh.
Pero, kumaga parang, let's say, ayan, let's take, kunwari si LA Aviators 2020. So, we designed that, I think, last year pa, 2019. What they wanted to do, at least for them, is, gusto nila parang medyo rustic, medyo parang, hindi, ayaw nila ng sobrang nagsusumigaw, pero red yung color nila.
Yeah.
So, parang yun yung challenge, na parang how are we going to balance it out na parang kalma lang, pero red at black yung color. Ayun, tapos parang, kumbaga, as in terms of playing with the elements within specific designs, dun talaga yung, I think, edge.
Yeah.
Parang, may iba talaga na parang, when they find out na parang, okay, I can do sublimation on this, go na. Anything goes. Parang, sabi niyo, color nito, ganito. Any font, ay, okay, ito yung font niyo, ganyan. Pero sometimes it doesn't work. So, yun, always going back to the objectives talaga of what jerseys are supposed to be.
So pagdating doon, kunyari yung client, may mga clients, lalo na corporate, diba? Yung mga artist sa kulay, kailangan yung certain Pantone yung ma-achieve mo. Pero alam naman kasi natin, diba, pagdating sa dye sublimation, yung nagre-register sa screen na kulay, hindi yun yung actual na lumalabas. That's why you have to have swatches, 'di ba, nung different colors para alam mo kung ano yung kukunin mo, ipipick mo from the sa screen para mag-register.
So sa amin, we make sure talaga to get the actual colors from the client, and then we also get ourselves involved kasi with the different suppliers. So whoever is yung supplier or yung manufacturer of our clients, we make sure to coordinate with them, especially with the sample color prints. Kasi we'll do the adjustments from there para hindi na nila masyado iisipin yun.
Kaya lang problema rin minsan from a manufacturer siya, standpoint naman, yung may certain mga fabrics na iba yung reaction ng color.
Yes, exactly.
Like recently, meron akong nagawang shorts. Ang ano siya, three shades of gray.
Yeah.
Sa screen ko, light gray, lighter gray, saka isang gray. Nung lumabas yung kulay, parang medyo nagkulay
violet.
Hindi nga parang kalawang. Parang
nag-brown?
Parang brownish na gray yung lumabas.
Yes.
Pero same siya dun sa pinagpilian ko dun sa isang fabric. Ang problema nga, ibang fabric yung nagamit. Although pareho siya, like kunyari Kiana or dry fit. Parehong species ng dry fit. Ang problema lang, hindi ko alam kung ba't nagkaroon ng ganung reaction yung gray. Kaya very important din talaga yung trial no?
Yung pinaka-sample. Kahit color, I mean ako, I always request for the color sample. Kahit maliit lang, it doesn't matter. As in, kahit bigyan mo lang ako ng parang 5 squares at or this small, tas picturean mo lang siya. That's enough na para lang makapag-adjust. to make it a right color para dun sa mismong brand.
Minsan nga hindi picture eh. Kasi pag picture, kayari sa phone, iba rin eh. Iba rin yung lumalabas
Yes,
eh.
iba din. Oo,
Kailangan
nandun
actual
talaga
eh.
yung factor na yun. Also, if it's a different printer or a different setting sa printer,
Yes.
nag-change din yung colors.
Mm.
So,
Kaya nga
yun,
eh.
parang, I think that's where we come in, or at least that's why people sort of have extra trust on us because we coordinate with the manufacturers para parang we bridge them together. So
Mag-
the ideas and the vision is already, let's say, approved na nung start pa lang. And
mm.
then the next thing they know, it just comes to their doorstep with the shipment. Na tama. And that's what they approve talaga nung start pa
Yan.
lang.
Yun yung ano, yun yung binabayaran do sa mga talagang magaling na companies is yung attention to detail.
Yes.
The,
Because, yun nga, I mean, you said na nga na parang iba yung itsura niya on screen. It also, yun nga, parang ang daming variables from approving the specific design. May, let's say, different file formats. There are different color formats for specific files. Ganyan. So, as a professional design company, that's what we're here for talaga. Diba?
yeah.
So, yun. I guess,
So,
that's where
before we continue, shout out muna tayo dun sa mga viewers natin. Okay,
Wow,
may
shout
isa,
out. Hi,
sina
guys.
Gian Galang, Walter Bustillos. Si Gian,
Hi,
friend mo ba yan?
everybody.
Close kayo. Hi, aw daw, sabi niya sa comment section.
Hello.
Si Maan Kalma Bago, si Bo Rocco. Ayan, friends ko from law school. Si Francis
Nice.
Arabit, Letran great, player ng Letran dati. Nag-champion sila nung time niya, 19 kopong-kopong. Tapos si
Nice.
Russ Guevara and si the triggerman ng Philippine basketball, si Alan Kaidik. Ayan, nanonood din si Coach Alan. Close friend and mentor natin dito yan sa Kainta. So, ayan, hi sa inyo, happy
Hi. Hi,
viewing.
everybody.
If you have questions, pero marami pang teka lang, refresh ko, na pala yung feed, mas marami pa lang nag-comments. So anyway, so they're watching, ayan, kamusta rin daw sa lahat. So ayan, kamusta sa inyo? If you have any questions regarding yung topic natin, it's about sports uniforms and graphic design. Just feel free to
Comment.
hit us up sa comment section namin, and we'll try to answer it in as soon as possible kasi may konting delay eh, 'di ba? May mga 10-second delay, so we'll try to cover yung enough of your questions na kaya namin as we go along. So again, we're with our Aranas of the Project 4, and the topic nga ulit is graphic design and sports uniforms pagdating sa sports, sa mga teams. So yun.
Yes.
Okay. Nandun na tayo sa mga clients, pinag-uusapan natin kanina.
Yes.
Okay, may mga clients na mga medyo masakit-sakit sa ulo. Na kailangan pa ipaliwanag na yung dye sublimation, hindi pwede sa cotton, tapos hindi pwedeng mag-dye sublimation sa dark fabrics.
Yes.
Yung mga ganun. Tapos yung iba gustong makatipid, pero yung gusto naman nilang hinihingi nilang design, hindi sila makakatipid doon. How do you deal? How do you deal with difficult clients?
How we deal
Hindi, ikaw personally, yung paano mo na maintain yung poise mo na hindi mo nasusungitan. Minsan may mga times talaga pag sobrang kulit, subconsciously, 'di ba?
Yeah,
How
minsan
do you cope?
it helps a lot na remote. Yung hindi live yung feedback. So at least parang we get to digest all of the meat talaga, or ano ba yung issues or concerns niya to begin with, kung bakit, ano ba yung problem niya. And then we sort of get to the bottom of it by actually asking a lot more questions than their actual feedback. Kasi minsan parang sasabihin nila, bakit ganito yung color? Pero in reality, iba yung concern talaga nila. Or parang sasabihin, can you move a specific design element? Kunwari, can you move this logo to this specific part? Ganyan. Pero ang gusto lang nila malaman is, how does it look like kapag ka nasa ibang pwesto? Ganon. Yun, parang it helps a lot talaga to get to know the actual problem, the actual concern before you actually try to address what their requests are. Alam mo yun?
May iba kasi parang ginagawa kang manghuhula rin eh.
Oo.
Like yung sa logo sizing, yung logo placement. Pero pagdating na, at saka sila magbibigay ng feedback. Sana dito nilagay yung gano'n. Na mas
Oo,
mapapadali sana yung design process kung beforehand, medyo
nasabi na.
nasabi na,
Yes.
di ba?
Oo, kaya ano din, I mean, at least for us, we also provide the questionnaire para alam na din nila what to
Mm.
expect. Kumbaga, parang lahat ng, I mean, within our questionnaires, especially for jersey designs, yung questionnaire namin, marami siyang questions na people don't think are important pala para sa, oo, kaya parang let's say, out of the whole process ng designing, usually, ang sinasabi ng clients namin, that's the toughest part of the whole transaction is answering the questionnaire. Kasi yun nga, again, they
Mm.
didn't know that they had to think about that prior to actually getting someone to design for them.
Yeah.
Yun, nakakadagdag siya.
Oo. Nakakadagdag or nakakabawas?
Nakakabawas sa iisipin.
Yun, oo. Siguro yun yung
Yeah.
kulang ko before nung nag-start ako sa yung mga questionnaire na ganyan. Kasi mas
Mm-mm.
gusto ko nun yung tatawagan ko eh. Pag may
Okay,
inquiry
oo.
sila, I'd call. Kaya yung phone bill ko nun, grabing taas at that
Hindi.
time. Kaya
With the design pa.
kasi kailangan mo paliwanag eh. Like yung concept ng dye sublimation. Isipin mo
Yes.
palagi, inkjet printer. Yun yung pinapaliwanag, di ba?
Yes.
You can't print on black paper, di ba? Pag inkjet. Oh, so,
Oo.
ganun din ang dye sublimation. Okay, so medyo
Oo.
nagigets na nila yung concept. Tapos pag cotton, hindi rin pwede. Although
Mm.
ngayon, di ba, meron na yung mga, ano ba term sa ganun? Yung on one side, it's cotton feel. Doon sa kabilang side, it's,
Oo. Tapos yung isa
polyester.
parang polydex or something.
Parang
Parang
gano'n, no?
ganun, diba?
Meron
Yeah.
meron ako na-encounter noon eh, isa sa mga suppliers ko. Ganun eh, kaya lang they stopped selling it, I don't know why.
Mm.
Okay pa naman sana yun eh. Naalala ko
Ako,
noon when I went to the US noong
mm.
2015 for the Pacquiao. Ay, hindi man ako nanood ng Pacquiao. Wala naman akong ganong kalaking pera. Pero we were in Vegas at that time. We stayed
Mm-mm.
doon sa house nung barkada nung brother ko. So, naisip ko noon, magdala kaya ako ng mga Manny Pacquiao shirts. I-try ko siyang
Mm.
ibenta sa mga Pinoy doon, ganun. So, may dala ako siguro mga 10 pieces. Ganun. Based yung sa shirt material na yon, I bought it somewhere in Cubao.
Mm-mm.
Naka-dye sublimate si Pacman doon sa isang side. Ganda naman yung feel niya. Tapos, I ended up, pinamigay ko na lang din. Nahiya na akong ibenta. Pero sayang yun eh. Sayang yung mga ganun. Yung ano ba tawag mo doon? Yung mga sources na ganun. Hindi ko alam kung bakit hindi mabenta siya. Yung mga,
Oh, because of the fabric, yun ba yun?
hindi ko nga alam eh. Kasi parang ako for me, 'di ba? I'm into sports.
Mm-mm.
Gusto ko yung ganung fabric, pero they stopped selling it eh. Parang phase out daw nila. Hindi ko alam kung bakit. Mabenta naman.
Oo.
Ayun.
Baka mahal siya i-produce.
Hindi, galing to eh. Buo na siya eh. Galing siya syempre galing China, 'di ba? So
Mm-mm.
anyway, yun yung isa pang aspect ng tayo as manufacturers. Consider ka na
Yeah.
ring manufacturer kasi you're into the business na rin. Is
Yes.
yung tali tayo do sa fabric eh. Do sa tali din tayo yung mga kaya nating gawin do sa quality ng fabric na available locally,
Yes. Oo.
'di ba? So
Yes.
swerte lang natin may certain mga suppliers who can provide us pero hindi regular yung dating.
Oo. And it also helps, I mean, from the design perspective, it helps also to know who the suppliers are before you actually design.
Yeah.
Kasi parang iba-iba ng diskarte, honestly,
Mm.
yung iba-ibang designers. And they also, I mean, iba-ibang suppliers, they
Mm.
also require different types of files.
Mm.
And meron silang limitations na akala ng lahat pwede for everyone. Nag-make sense?
Yeah.
Parang sometimes, let's say, ang continuous lines, kaya gawin ng isang supplier, but
Mm.
another supplier can't. Or
Yeah.
nahihirapan sila to do it.
Mm.
There are also some suppliers that parang have difficulty in, let's say, making gradients look nice. Alam mo yun? Parang sometimes merong nagbabanding, yung parang may separation yung colors from the
Yeah.
base color to the second color. So,
Yeah.
parang as a designer or as an outsourced design team, we also take that into consideration when we design the specific jerseys.
Pero when you
Ganun.
throw the design naman dun sa mga manufacturers themselves, hindi ba ready to print na siya?
Para sa amin, we make sure that it's ready to print. Kasi we know na, kumbaga parang we talk to the suppliers and parang ask them anong requirements nyo. So that when we send it to them, when we send it to our clients, then ready to print na siya.
Dapat ganon.
So,
Para ano,
oo,
wala na yung issue.
oo.
Ma-minimize yung mga issues nung ganon, diba?
Tapos 'di ba magi-involve pa kami dun sa color sampling. So,
Oo.
nandun yung parang andun yung alaga at least in terms of design kasi we want our design to come out just as how we envisioned it din naman para dun sa client namin.
Oo.
So, yun. I think, kumbaga meron kasi mga iba na parang, can you just send us the layered file? Di ba? Parang
Mm.
sensitive yan, sensitive topic yan for designers, yung mga
Yes.
yung mga layered files because
Uh,
essentially that's sinasabi ng mga iba, parang that's their property or they have license over it,
yes.
ganyan, which is true.
Susceptible
Pero
to ano yun eh. To, ano ba yun? To infringement.
oo, or
Diba?
baka gamitin
Oo,
yung
gagamitin nila. Yeah.
yung assets for something else,
Yes.
ganyan. So, yun. Kumbaga, parang para sa amin, gusto namin na medyo foolproof na pagkadating sa manufacturer.
May iba kayong assets, hawak ko eh.
Talaga,
Hindi
hanggang
lang.
ngayon.
Wala na nagpagawa. Yung ibang dating-dating orders. Nakita ko na sa mga lumang files eh.
Ooh,
Hmm.
I think I know that.
Yung mga puro
Naalala ko
ultimate
siya.
naman, puro ultimate.
Oo.
Pero hindi ko naman ginagamit. No?
Guys, nasa record yan.
Yes, hindi, bawal yun, bad yun. Unless magpapaalam ka, tapos papayag.
Oo.
Okay,
Kailangan talaga.
okay, by the way, nga pala, I forgot to mention kanina. Okay,
Yes.
meron kasing fundraising nyo to, diba? Yung jersey that we got from you. So, we're giving away, nasan ba? Ipakita ko yung jersey sandali. Para mas maano sila.
Para ma-hook.
Yeah.
Guys, sobrang ganda nito, guys.
So, ayan. Yan, okay. So, ito yung Pilipinas jersey designed by Au and her company. Ginamit niyo for fundraising yan, diba? Recently. So,
Yes.
it's a limited edition jersey. Actually, sobrang limited niya. Isang size na lang yung nakuha namin. Size men's medium. So, yun. So, mag-ano na lang tayo. So, kung sino man yung mananalo, pagkasyahin nyo na lang. Or pwede nyo regalo. Or gusto nyo, ibenta nyo. Walang problema. So, yun. Isipin nyo na lang, parang nakapag-donate na rin kayo do sa fundraising nila. So, we're gonna be giving out this shirt plus yung pinost namin sa Instagram account na face mask. Actually, ando siya sa background ko kung makikita mo. Nakasabit do sa trophy. Face mask galing sa Superfly Printworks. So, ipapadala namin yan sa inyo do sa mananalo. So, ito yung simple lang yung mechanics. We wanted to grow na rin kasi yung YouTube channel namin. Kaya, we recently reached 1,000 likes and follows na rin dito sa Facebook account. So, gusto naman namin ma-transfer yung following na yon sa YouTube channel namin. So, ang gagawin nyo lang is click nyo yung sa description, may link doon sa YouTube page namin. Please click subscribe yung channel, tapos screen cap nyo, tapos i-post nyo dito sa chat box para makita. And by the end of the show, we're gonna be choosing one. I-announce namin, tapos yung mananalo will get in touch, tapos padala na rin namin kagad later. Sagot na rin namin yung pag-grab. So wala na kayong gagastusin. Courtesy of yung Sportsnet project and the Project 4. So yan. So napakadali lang yun, diba? So ano pang hinihintay nyo? Click nyo yung link.
Yes,
Okay.
click the link, screenshot, and post it on the comments.
Screenshot nyo na nakasubscribe kayo. Just post nyo sa comments. So yun, balik na naman tayo dun sa topic natin. Alright. Okay. So, nasa na ba tayo? Ang daming papel sa harap ko na bigla. Ang daming questions dito. Okay,
Let's go.
ano ba uunahin ko? Okay. Sige, unahin na muna natin tong question na isa. How has COVID ba yung pronunciation? COVID? How has COVID affected your business?
A lot.
Lahat naman affected
Oo, canceled events, canceled competitions. That's a big part of our revenue stream.
Clientele.
Oo. Especially, kumbaga parang since we've been doing design for sportswear, also for teams, competitions, branding of events, ganyan. That's a big chunk of it. So, kunwari, let's say, basta generally, because it's canceled, that's why we had to pivot to also handling merch.
Yeah.
So, yun. Nagde-design, as in, we design custom, everything's all, made to order. Ganyan.
Meron ba kayo pending na project nung nag-quarantine?
Sakto naman na tinapos namin sila lahat.
Okay. That's good.
Yung mga naka-start na, they wanted us to keep on, just to finish it. It's
Ah.
siguro parang more of natapos na yung design, pero
Mm.
hindi na lang siya na-produce. Yun.
Oh. Pero they paid you naman. Yun yung
Yeah.
importante. Okay.
Separate naman siya.
So, paano mo nakikita papunta yung business ngayon?
The project for?
Or
Right now, what we want to be focusing on is providing, yun pa din, bespoke graphic design services for entities. So, regardless of if it were a sports group, sports organization, ganyan. In terms of what we can do, we help out with social media content, merchandise, apparel, everything. Websites, we also do websites, company branding, identity. Lahat yun, kasama pa din.
Ganong kalaki yung part ng clientele mo ngayon outside of Ultimate?
Right now?
Yeah. I mean, before magkaroon ng quarantine, mag-lockdown.
Let's say before COVID, it was probably at 95 to 5%, na 95 within sports. Not specifically Ultimate. Oo. Parang sports talaga, mga 95 to 5. Right now, it's at baliktad. So, currently, we have a few clients within the healthcare industry. We have a few for basta mga businesses, small businesses, where we've also been tying up with a few of them. Small and micro businesses, ganyan. So, in terms of how we can help them with design.
Ano mga sports yung napasok na?
Dami. Wait, let me pull up my list para lang kasi baka may masabi ako na mali, hindi pala tama, 'di ba? Okay, we did a few for multi-sport, yung mga swim, bike, run, ganyan, kasama yun. We have volleyball, dragon boat is a big thing. CrossFit also, and swimming. Yan, mga ganyan. Surfing also medyo tinatry namin to get into it prior to this. Football, sobrang hirap to get into it, pero meron naman kahit pa paano.
Flag football, nagkaroon ka na ng client?
Wala pa.
Sige, try ko mag-refer.
Baka may nanonood dyan.
Guess ko nung yung pang ilang episode ba yun? Parang 4th yata. Si Paul Lay, he's a good friend of mine. Nag-ultimate din yan before. Naging teammates din kami. Siya yung head ng PFFL, Philippine Flag Football. Okay. So, medyo tight kami niyan. Dikit kami ni Paul.
Let's go.
May mga binabato siyang clients din before sa akin.
Yeah.
Tapos siya, pag nagko-compete sila abroad, we make their jerseys, yung team nila, yung beach flag.
Okay. So, may ganun palang division for flag football. Nice.
Meron din, no? Tapos rin tayo. Okay din yung team natin. Competitive din tayo sa Asia. Kaya lang yun nga, yung exposure nila sa media, hindi ganun
hindi kasing tindi. Oo.
Actually, there was a time, I don't know if you remember that time, mas maganda yung marketing nila kaysa sa Ultimate. When I got into Ultimate,
talaga?
Flag football yung it sport. Among yung mga yuppies, yung mga daming celebrities. Tapos nabaliktad, parang nagkaroon ng, naging problem. Siguro tumigil maglaro rin yung mga tao, nagsawa. Meron pa kang dati dyan cross participation. Like kami, we'd play flag, tapos yung mga taga-flag, mag-ultimate din.
Yeah.
Kaya lang, there was a time, medyo bumaba yung participation nila, and then, slowly, medyo nagpipick up na, kaya lang, nangyari naman tong whole issue. Kaya, kasi lahat naman affected. Diba?
More than anything, sports talaga is it's a big industry, but we thought it wouldn't be hit as much. And ang dami din kasi lumabas na parang reports about sports. Parang, di ba, kunwari, nung after daw ng World War, nasa history. But, dati, parang meron ako kasi mga nabasa na parang, after the World War hit daw, parang sports is one of the first few things that came back to, alam mo yun, to normalcy, ganyan. Pero
iba kasi ngayon Iba kasi most ng sport involves physical contact
Oo, medyo wala talaga, kakaiba, matagal pa to.
Oo. Like ako nga, isa sa mga pinagkakakitahan ko skills training sa
Mm.
basketball. I have my own, although I have my own half court dito sa property na nagte-train ng kids. Kaya lang, syempre, tigil yung mga clients mo.
Yeah.
Gutom.
Mm.
Pumapayat na nga ako eh.
Wow.
Walang makain.
Accomplishment yan.
Ayun. So, kayo naman, where do you think na this is headed? Yung industry for itong year na to.
For the year, siguro it's going to be parked. I mean, sports organizations are probably just going to think of ways on how they can parang pull people together,
Mm.
pero in a virtual space. Alam mo yun?
Mm.
Parang, it's still parang how can you feel like you're a part of this community without actually having to physically participate? So, I mean, sa amin kumbaga
Oh.
when we did the fundraising, as in soft launch kami, we sold so much in a few days only because of the reach ng ultimate community. So parang with just that as alam mo yun, as proof na parang sobrang tindi ng sports communities na parang it's hindi yan mawawala ng ganun lang.
Definitely. Ang ano lang dyan is when. Kailan.
Oo, yung
kasi,
when. Mag-aabang-abang lang talaga yung mga tao.
Kasi until may ma-develop na vaccine or cure, I don't see us returning anytime soon eh.
That's true.
Unlike magawa natin yung ginagawa ng UFC or yung NBA right now, 'di ba? Yung talagang
Yung streaming lang na walang
Hindi, yung sa NBA, 'di ba? They're in this bubble na tinatawag nila. Nandun sila sa ESPN parang compound.
Yeah,
Lahat
oo.
sila they're tested every day. Isipin mo yung expenses nun.
Sobra.
Tapos naka-isolate lang sila doon. Talagang bubble, living your life in a bubble. UFC ganun din. Although sila per event. So a week before the event, nagpupuntahan na doon sa venue yung fighters. Tapos they get tested before taking off yata from the airport. Tapos pag land, test na naman. Tapos they have to get quarantine in their hotel rooms for a couple of days until lumabas yung results. Kasi it's hard. Sila, okay lang kasi may pera sila. Pero kunyari, yung Ultimate Frisbee community, hindi naman ganun kalaki yung budgets ng mga associations. So, mahirap makabalik until a cure talaga is developed or ano. Pero I think darating yun. It's just a matter of time.
Yes, for sure. It's going to go back. When it's going to come back, we don't know yet. Pero everyone's just waiting for it.
You just have to be prepared when it does. Kasi grabe yung magiging ano nyo doon.
Oo. Palong-palo yung mga competitions yan. Baka every weekend may league.
Buti ikaw may work ka pa. Tuloy yung work mo. Diba? So,
oo. Yun na lang talaga. Buti.
Work from home, madalas.
Oo. As in, nung nag-shift yung mga tao to work from home, sabi ko nga parang, this isn't new to me.
Pareho kayong ditong si Hirsch, yung wife ko. Ganun din siya eh. So, parang walang nabago sa routine niya. She's just here every day.
Oo.
Ang difference lang, mas matagal niya akong kasama every day.
Ayun lang. Siya yung nag-a-adjust sa'yo.
Siya yung nag-a-adjust na palagi ako nandito. Yes. Although majority of the time, nandito rin lang din naman ako sa bahay. Halos remote work from home din ako halos. Pero I'd usually go out, may bibilin, ganon, errands, may practice.
Ako baliktad ako eh. I go out pagka weekend sana. Kaso, wala. It doesn't, wala siya ngayon.
Tapos yung mga team practices, yun yung nakakamiss eh. No?
Diba yung mga PM, mga trainings, ganyan? Wala. That's all,
Ikaw, you played for Neverland.
Yes.
Ever since. Wala kang pinaglaro ang ibang team.
Parang yung mga nahatak-hatak lang to other games, depende lang sa tournament for a bit, ganon. Pero Neverland talaga.
Ayun, may isa pa tayong question nga pala dito kay kay Budoy. Kababata ako dito sa Kainta. What do you consider as plan B in this very uncertain period? Although medyo nasagot mo na ng konti ito, pero siguro pwede tayo mag-expound ng konti.
Yeah.
Plan B mo.
Technically, as a design professional naman, digital din naman talaga yung landscape. So, it's really more of refocusing effort. So, parang kunwari, ngayon, we've built our market or we built the audience or niche dun within the sporting community. So, it's really more of tapping refocusing lang yung messaging. It's not about, it's not, parang, just to not limit it to sports organizations and sports communities. Yeah.
Mm.
So, I think that's our main plan B.
Tama 'yan. Refocus na lang sa ibang aspect, ay sa ibang areas. Like yun
Yes.
nga, yung mga frontliners, ang dami ko rin nakikitang ganun. Kahit yung tito ko, he owns this yung siyang tahian niya, sarili.
Mm.
Karamihan ng mga niya is face masks,
Yes.
mga PPEs, yung mga ganun. Tapos yung mga dinidesign na jerseys more on yung mga sa mga frontliners.
Yes. Oo.
So,
Parang sa amin naman, since we're a design group, it's really more of how people are going to be experiencing design now without the physical contact. So, yun yung parang, that's what we're always thinking about. Parang ngayon, parang paano ba natin ipapa-feel or paano ba ipaparamdam yung value of design without it being tactile. Yun. Parang yun yung pinaka-main challenge namin.
Ayan, thank you daw galing kay Boss Budoy.
Thank you for the question.
Thank you. Meron ako napanood na video recently, yung kinukwento ko nga sa'yo, si Paula
Yes.
Scher. She's supposed to be one of the kilala na yung mga Panginoon sa graphic design sa US. Meron siyang binanggit dito na very for me na yung ano ba yung term doon? For me, tama na lang. Sige, ito yung proper way to go about things eh. If people or clients pay you more, they listen to you more. Diba? Pagdating sa graphic design, it really holds true eh, diba? Especially
Yes.
sa inyo, sa mga graphic designers.
Paano ba? Like, how am I going to term it? Kasi, depende kasi din sa objectives ng mga tao when they're looking for designers. Sometimes, they just need someone to execute their ideas. But they don't know it. They don't know na it's a different ball game altogether if they just want someone to just do things for them. As in actually like, ito na yung idea ko, na-sketch ko na siya, ito yung pwesto ng mga bagay-bagay. I just need someone to do it. Ganon. Versus getting someone who actually wants to think, parang wants you to think for them.
Pero may mga clients nga na diba? Na makulit pagdating meron silang vision. Tapos kahit ikaw from a graphic design standpoint na designer, alam mo na medyo hindi maganda yung kakalabasan. Diba? How do you deal nga with yung paano mo sabihin nicely sa client yun? Or how do you show them?
Ang hirap. Kasi sometimes you just have to parang, yung iba kasi nakakausap pa na parang you can actually discuss with them na parang, I don't recommend this because parang, let's say, in terms of design best practices, it's not going to go along with that. Or, let's say, kunwari, for a logo, hindi pa lang niya kasi nagigets yung concept na parang, if I scale it down to, let's say, a 1x1 photo, do you think you'll see these specific details? Even if ilagay natin siya. Kunwari, ganun yung gusto niya. Palagay naman ng ganitong detail dun sa maliit na part. Ganyan. So, sasabihin mo na parang, okay, in terms of, let's say, usability, hindi na siya may kita. So, usually, parang pagka mga ganong type of reasoning, especially when you know where they're trying to get to, mas madaling kausapin. Kasi, kumbaga parang people think na design kasi is very, what do you call that? Parang, puro gray area. Pero, kumbaga parang, feeling ng mga tao, it's super just about perception and parang subjective siya lahat. Pero in reality, there are design decisions naman na you can actually talk to people about na hindi lang talaga nila napag-isipan in that sense within the design sphere. So, it's easier to put it into words kapag ka nagigets mo kung bakit nila pinapalagay. And then, minsan naman may mga makukulit talaga na parang gusto lang talaga nila makita na hindi nag-make sense yung suggestion nila. So, you just have to do it. Tapos, sabihin mo lang na parang, ako personally, I just tell them na parang, this is what you're asking for, pero I don't really recommend it because ganyan.
So, do you provide them options na lang? Kaya lang, mas matrabaho yun for me. Kaya lang, mas nagiget mo yung point mo across, diba?
Oo. I think it comes with a job in trying to explain things. Parang minsan, sa amin kasi when we do it, we just do one pass. Isang design lang. Kasi, ang dami naming tinanong, dami naming tinanong, we got to know you a lot, we know your objectives, everything, ganyan. So, from there, given that with the alignment, we just have to make sure na pasok sila. Alam mo yun?
Mm.
So, yun, parang, usually parang gusto lang nila makita and it's all part of the job when you just parang gusto mo ipakita lang na parang this is your suggestion, this is our recommendation, and then
Mm.
what's the middle part?
Mm.
Ganun.
Ito
Yun
yung
lang.
ito yung mangyayari.
Oo. Parang ito na lang kung gusto mo talaga, ganito na lang.
Compromise tayo, ganun.
Oo. At the end of the day, kasi sila naman magsusuot nun.
Ako nga. Bagay,
Yeah.
oo. Kasi sila yung,
Yeah.
well, mag-feel good wearing it, diba?
Yes. Oo.
Have you,
Yun.
sige, sige,
Yes,
sige,
sorry,
sige,
sorry.
sige, tuloy mo.
No,
Go on.
sometimes kasi parang I think as part of the design profession, we always have to make sure lang na hindi kami super attached to the actual design
Yeah.
and to the comments because again, the experience, parang it's not yours to experience. So even if you recommend otherwise, if hindi siya na-enjoy ng actual client mo, it's useless. So you wanted to have some worth kesa sa nawala na lang talaga siya altogether.
Mm.
Yeah.
Pero alam mo yun, kahit sabihin mo yun na hindi ka ano doon sa comments, yun, isa part ng interview din ni Paula Share yun. Hindi mo pwedeng i-detach yung sarili mo dun sa work eh. It doesn't
Oo.
work that way daw eh. Na parang,
Hindi mo talaga siya completely matatanggal from you.
kasi
But
work mo yun eh. So matotal nun,
oo.
ikaw nag-design nun eh. Diba?
Oo, the whole process talaga from conceptualization, ikaw lang yun eh. Yun, in terms of detachment, you just have to accept na that's not yours.
Hindi ka pwedeng maghugas kamay na wala naman akong control dyan, blah blah. Yun yung sinasabi niya, no, you can't detach yourself daw.
Yes.
Kasi nasa iyo yung control dyan. You have to find a way to make it work daw.
It's your responsibility as
Based do
the
sa,
designer.
based do sa vision ng client. Parang
Yes.
gano'n. Paano mo papagandahin yung vision niya? Parang gano'n yung sinabi niya. Galing, no?
Or sometimes the clients don't really know what their vision is or they can't really articulate what the vision is. So you have to make sure to try to understand it to the best of your abilities kahit na sobrang hindi siya nagme-make sense.
Oo.
If it's part of the process of them actually finding out what their vision is na parang pinakitaan mo na siya ng maraming versions, well, as a designer, you're successful na kagad dun pa lang sa pagpapakita because you found out as in nakilala mo siya and tulungan mo din siya to realize kung ano ba talaga yung hinahanap niya.
So that magaling din yung communication skills saka persuasive powers.
Oo, as in now kunwari, I handle kasi a bunch of other designers. Kumbaga parang if anything, mas talkies yung trabaho of a designer than actually like as in when you do your research and everything, it's all about communicating the message to your client na magigets nila and that they'll see the value of it. Yun, parang yun yung bigger part of the job.
How much input do you give your clients? Kasi kunyari, in terms of designing uniforms or picking colors, may mga tao kasi na who put may history behind yung color or they pick a certain color because mayroon certain property siya like with the color red, 'di ba? May mga ganung studies like with the color red mas nagiging aggressive daw yung mga players pag suot nila on the court. How much input do you provide yung mga clients nyo pagdating sa mga ganung aspects of design?
What do you mean by input?
Like kunyari, lapit ako sa'yo. Parang, ano kaya magandang kulay? Or parang namimili kami, ano yung mas kulay, ano mas magandang kulay for us? How much input do you give them? Tapos, like you said kanina, binibase mo rin do sa history ng organization or nung team, yung ano nila. Pero how far do you go in terms of providing input? Do you give unsolicited advice na lang na, mas maganda siguro to, yung ganun-ganun. Mas ano tong color na to, mas bagay sa inyo. Is that...
Yeah, sometimes I even give, as in, I think sobra ako actually magbigay ng consult advice. I mean, I give them color palettes, the full color palette na talaga, na parang, okay, given your, let's say, your situation, I think you'd be better off with this color palette. Tapos ito yung, let's say, dominant colors and these are your accents. At least be able to give off, let's say, specific personalities if you give them as parang accents lang versus, let's say, making it the predominant color scheme. Parang gano'n.
Ako rin actually ganyan ako eh. Masyado akong marunong eh. Mas marunong pa ako sa client minsan eh. Like I provide talaga yung hard inputs na
Oo, when they ask
ang
you,
pangit kaya niyang colors na yan. Minsan kasi kadalasan ka-close mo or friend mo kaya you're able to do that eh. Tapos
mm,
pag naman hindi mo pa siya ka-close, I'd call, tapos
oo.
papaliwanag ko talaga. Kasi ganito, ma'am. Pero malambing ah. Kasi ganito, ayaw naman natin na magmukha tayong dalagang bukid sa field or ganito, ganito, 'di ba? So, you use humor na lang para maano sila. Kasi ang idea ko palagi behind it, pag ginawa yung jersey, tapos it turns out na pangit based do sa ano nila, nandun yung logo mo eh, yung branding mo eh.
Mm,
Dala niya eh. So ako, I try as hard as possible. Hindi ko alam if that's proper. I don't know if that's proper. 'Di ba? Pero, ewan ko,
yes.
siguro, I'm
Sa
just,
amin naman, I mean, sa amin kasi we don't ask to put our logo kapag nagpa-design sa amin. Kasi
mm,
parang, for us kasi, the identity is you. We just wanted to help you parang shell that out. Parang, papakita lang natin kung sino ka talaga, even without you having to explain anything. Like, when you step into the pitch, we want we want everyone to know na parang, ito ka. So, sa amin, it's counterproductive if we request to ask actually to put our logo there unless they actually really want to. Or parang, pag nagustuhan na lang nila kami that much, de, sige, okay lang ilagay. Bibigyan kita ng logo file ko. Pero, kumbaga, alam mo yon sometimes kasi parang ayaw namin maka-outshine.
ah,
Di ko alam.
what do you
Parang
mean,
sa akin kasi,
ma-outshine nyo yung,
oo, parang di ko alam. I mean, yung logo of the project for we really wanted, as in initially, gusto
okay,
ko talaga siya
ah,
maging not striking. Gusto ko
oo,
siya maging plain.
oo,
Pero alam mo yon parang, I mean, you can look at our logo. It doesn't, it's just one color. Tapos
oo.
parang ano, parang
Well,
sa amin, we want to be helping out our clients in a sense na hindi kami humihingi ng any type of promotion. It's really more of we just want to focus on you and how we can help you. Parang yon. I mean, with our skills, that's all we want talaga. To be able to help other people out.
pero may ibang companies, 'di ba? Like, um, they give discounts pag
Pag
logo
may
mo.
logo,
Di ba kayo nag-offer ng ganun?
sa amin hindi. Kasi ang design talaga namin, wala nung logo namin.
Or ayaw nyo
So,
magbigay ng discount?
hindi naman. Hindi naman. It's really more of parang sa amin yung initial design pass, wala kang makikita ng logo namin. Bukod lang, parang let's say, if this were the mock-up, nasa gitna, nasa
Mm,
side lang yung logo namin. Just to say na, parang we already put in a disclaimer lang na parang the design is, let's say, sa inyo, sa client, and in terms of us,
mm,
nasa amin din.
mm,
Pero wala din sa actual design yung any of our branding. Yun.
okay.
Kasi,
Eh,
yun. Again, we just want them
to
to
each his
be
own. Agree to disagree. Kasi ako, mas gusto ko yung may logo ko kasi work ko yan. Unless
Oo,
ayaw ng client. Ngayon, kung ayaw nilang may logo,
tatanggalin.
tatanggalin, they have to pay more.
Mm-mm.
Yun yung, ang ayoko pati, yung mga nagpapalagay ng logo ng Nike, Adidas, no sa work.
Ay, sobrang bad yun.
Hindi, at saka baduy. Bumili ka ng Nike kung gusto mo ng may swoosh
Oo.
na, swoosh na logo yung mo, design. Pero yung, ako talaga hindi, na-discourage ko rin yun. Ayoko nun.
And you really can't. Kasi if it's, I mean, it's misleading kasi
Lalo,
din.
lalo na if I'm
Diba?
building my brand, diba? Kaya lang yung ibang
Yeah.
sportswear manufacturers, syempre, hindi naman sila ganun kalalaki, hindi nila matanggihan. So they
Mm-mm.
do that. Kaya may proliferation ng mga ganun. Nakakala mo Nike.
Oo.
Oh.
Grabe nga yung mga iba, no? Like,
May,
they actually go,
mm,
as in, ang layo ng inaabot para lang maglagay lang ng tag ng someone else.
oh, you can see how tayo sa brand yung culture natin eh.
Oo.
Diba? May
Yes.
question na naman si Boss Budoy. How do
Yes.
you deal daw with creative burnout? Sa dami-dami mo raw ng clients.
Creative burnout. Usually I have like every 5 weeks I need to take a break at some point.
Mm.
Um, kasi parang let's say dati every week we had let's say 4 or 5 clients per week, so that's about 4 to 5 na output.
Kapagod yun.
Um, Oo,
Oh.
parang the whole week is like that. Tapos kumbaga bawat project naman is going to span about 2 weeks at least,
Mm.
or mga 1 to 2 weeks, ganyan. So, parang sabihin natin, parang, di ko alam, basta after the 5th week, nag-shutdown na lang ako. Um, tas yun, I just know that I have to make sure na magpo-pause ako with work. So,
Yeah.
kumbaga parang usually on that 5th week, parang tinatapos namin, sasabihin lang namin na hindi na namin matitake for this, yung 5th week na to.
Mm.
The 5th week is usually what we use for planning the succeeding weeks.
Okay.
So, para lang may makompartmentalize yung brain. So,
Mm.
parang 4 weeks of todong creative work and then 1 week of parang medyo logical think. Ay, alam mo yun, parang left brain stuff naman.
I cannot stress enough the importance of rest kahit saan aspect.
Oo.
Work, kahit sa sports, sa training. Iba kasi tuloy-tuloy lang eh. Pag
Oo.
tuloy-tuloy,
And sometimes I even get parang 14-hour days, ganyan. Just doing design works for a lot of other people. To a point na parang this year, I realized na parang, dahil ang dami kong clients, parang I know the brands of my clients. Alam ko yung colors nila, alam mo yun, like, I know the vibe. Pero, I realized na parang ako sa sarili ko, I don't know what my aesthetic is. So, ayun, yun yung nangyari sa akin this year. So, yun, I'm still trying to learn the rest and reset functions. Ganyan, and when to stop. Pero medyo, apparently, na-realize ko workaholic pala ako. Kasi na-excite ako lagi with design projects. So, nahihirapan ako actually to stop. So, yun.
Pero sabi nga, you have to like what you do.
Oo. Parang nasobrahan yata ako. When I said I like sports and design, I didn't think before. When I said I like sports and design, as in I'm the type na favorite ko yung PE and art classes sa school. Yun lang yung gusto ko talaga pasukan. When I said I liked it, I didn't know na I'll be able to make a living out of it. I didn't know na parang makaka-fill pala siya ng 14 hours of work sa isang araw, ganon. So, yun, minsan nagugulat na lang din ako ng parang, like what you do, and, love what you do what you love, gano'n.
Diba, yun yung definition ng success, diba? Getting paid for...
Oo,
for some. Getting paid for doing what you love. That's for iba yung success, diba?
Yun. Parang ngayon, parang sa akin, because I found that I like it, it's really more of how am I going to be able to use it to help other people. So, yun yung pinaka... for us. So, as in, hindi kami attached with specific deliverables like, kailangan jerseys lang ginagawa natin. Dapat para sa sports lang. Yun, I think it goes back to why you started.
Yeah.
Yan.
So, I mean, may nakukuha kaming message nga pala. Sorry, ano tayo? I-ano natin yung sa giveaway.
Commercial.
Nahihirapan daw yung mga taong mag-post ng pictures. They can't post yung picture ng screen cap dun sa sa comment section. I don't know why. Probably may settings dito na hindi ko naayos. Pero wala tayong time ayusin yon. So, ganito na lang. Pwede nyong i-post na lang. Kung pwede, either kung friend ko kayo, send nyo sa akin. Personally, sa Facebook, via Messenger. Or, kung kaya nyong i-post na lang sa page mismo. Allowed naman yung mga posts sa sports na we only have a few minutes na rin para i-pick yung before the show ends. So, please do it now. Either send nyo na lang sa akin or i-post nyo doon sa page mismo. Wag na dito sa chat box.
Yun.
So, ayan. Comment. Tapos, yan. Para alam ko na nag-post kayo, comment nyo sa comment sa repost. Yun. Okay. Dun sa ni-repost ko, yung para dun sa mga friends ko, comment nyo na lang dun sa post nyo na lang yung screen cap dun sa post ko regarding this show. Maliwanag ba? Nagets mo ba?
Parang hindi masyado.
Okay, may post kasi ako kanina sharing yung share ko tong show ngayon. Post nyo na lang dun sa comment section nun. Baka dun iba yung rules, parang mas okay dun. Or send nyo na lang sa akin personally. Or post nyo na lang dun sa page mismo. Wag dito sa comment section.
Yeah.
Okay, may isa pang question na naman. Si Boss Budoy.
Let's go.
Mabenta ka kay Boss Budoy. Galante rin to. Alam ko, rin sa sports. Especially yung anak niya. Okay, do you add some sort of... sinagot na nga yan, Boss Budoy. Sinagot na yun. Do you add some sort of signature? Yun na nga yun. Ayaw as much as possible nga.
Wala sa amin.
Okay, ayun. Thanks. Love you. Ay, meron dito si Jericho Montino. Pa-shoutout po. Idol Aw.
Hi, Jericho. Coach namin yan, coach.
Sa, sa, ano? Sa Neverland?
Mm. Yeah.
Ah,
Coach yan sa amin one
kamusta
time.
yung team nyo nga pala?
Ayun, siyang sa quarantine.
Si,
Oo.
yung si Jan, di ba, player ko rin siya sa Meralco.
Mm.
Kamusta yung progress ni Jan? Nag-improve na ba?
In terms of what? Sa pagkain?
Yun yung lumalaki ba, Jan?
Oo, sabi niya.
Parang may tendency nga to. Jan, tigilan mo yan kung nakikinig ka. May potential yan si
Diyan.
Jan actually.
Oo
Isa sa
naman.
mga favorite players ko dati yan. Kino-coach ko yung Wired, yung Meralco team.
Oo.
Mm.
Oo naman. Tsaka si Art.
Si
Yeah.
Art. Si Art kinasal na eh. Hinihintay ko na lang tumaba rin yan eh.
Nalapit na siguro. Nasa sequence of events.
Yan, track and field din yan si Art.
Kaya
'Di ba?
nga.
Kaya lang marathon yata kaya.
Oo, nakita ko na lang photos niya eh.
Sa UE ba siya? UE.
Yes, I think.
Ayun. So yun, sana malinaw yung kasi kailangan na nating in a few minutes before mag-end yung show. So please
Your
send it
entries.
over. Anything else you want to share? May projects ka ba na gusto mong you want to throw it out there or malaman ng mga tao? Anything you're selling?
Okay. Sige, ano na lang. Tomorrow, well, actually, right now, we're running a giveaway on the Project 4 Instagram account.
Mm-mm.
What you will win if you enter is first-hand exclusive experience na free pa of our new product. We will send that out and either launch namin yung product namin along with the drawing of winners tomorrow at 6 p.m.
Anong
So we'll
product?
be
Anong
on
product
Instagram
'yan? Parang
tomorrow.
mysterious product 'yan.
Hindi ko pa pwede masabi eh.
Okay.
Pero sobrang exciting. Ang masasabi ko na lang sa'yo, ako gusto ko din talaga siya. Yon. As in, I think this is something that I've been excited about for 3 weeks, and this is about two weeks of design work in one product. Ganon. Kasi everything was super thought out, all as in lahat talaga. So, yon, super exciting.
Meron ka na bang ginawang design for face masks?
Face mask, may mga nagpagawa sa akin.
Ganun.
Oo. Tapos pinagawa na lang nila.
Ako yun, yung mabenta rito ngayon. Yung tito ko, panay ang pagawa ng face mask, yung mga design eh. Yung mga NBA teams.
Yan. Mga custom, di ba?
Plagiarize yung mga logos. Dina-download dun sa, alam mo yung Brands of the World? Yung website, di ba?
Yun. At least sa Brands of the World, hindi from Google, di ba?
Oo nga eh.
So,
kasi doon at least EPS na.
Better practice. Nice one.
Yung dami kong na-discover ng mga during this quarantine period.
Nakaupo
lang ako sa harap ng computer, nagsa-search ako ng mga websites that offer yung mga designs, yung mga backgrounds, yung mga logos.
I think now more than ever talaga, it's the sharing community has exploded. Na parang hindi na yung mga tao given nga ng mga lockdown ganyan. They've been all generous about sharing information and sharing what they know. Yeah. Na dati parang sinasabi lang, no, that's trade secret. Hindi namin yan pwedeng sabihin. You have to buy it, di ba? Pero ngayon, it's everywhere. So,
ako, dami kong na-attend na seminar. Itong
past, diba?
Yung iba libre, yung iba may bayad, pero minimal lang yung fee. Na tipong kung
mga webinars.
Ang dami. Kaya lang yung iba natutulugan ko eh. Kasi yung iba US-based, so US time.
Actually.
Manonood lang ako mga 10 minutes, magigising ako, tapos na.
Yes. Ako yung mga sinalihan kong webinars were from business school. So, shout out to my friends at TIMS. Kasi I'm taking a business course also with them. So, in terms of online schooling, sobrang solid. We've had, as in, for most of the COVID situation, as in, good.
Yung Harvard nag-offer, diba, recently?
Oo.
Nag-ano ka ba doon? Kinuha mo yun?
Hindi, kasi ibang time.
Pero free yun, diba? May iba free.
May mga free courses, yes.
Natutulog lang ako doon.
Oo. Diba? Parang basta walang video. If you can listen yun, okay na yan.
Ayun. Teka lang.
Alright.
Checkin natin yung ano
Let's
yung
go.
mananalo. May isa pang comment dito. Gian Galang, teammate mo. Neverland, represent. With a Z.
Yes.
Represent.
Hi, guys.
Tapos si Gian, nakasubscribe niya. Nasendan niya yung yung screen
Yan.
cap. Tapos, ito, sino pa na dito? Cedric Palomares. Ace, pa-TikTok ka naman. Naku po, si Ace. Kaya ba si Ace? Naging teammate mo ba yan? Si Ace
Hindi.
Azaraga?
Hindi ko pa siya naging teammate.
Pero kilala mo siya?
Familiar face, yes.
Ganun. Legendary, ano yan ultimate frisbee player. At saka resident chick boy ng Philippine Ultimate
Yan.
Community. De, close friend ko yan, si Ace. Ace Azaraga, kayo po yung idol namin, Boss Ace.
Yun.
Magti-TikTok daw siya. Wait nyo lang. Dami
Oh,
niyan. Palagi nagpo-post ng TikTok videos niya. Nagalit nga yung wife ko eh.
sa
Galit sa
TikTok
TikTok to eh.
niya.
Pag may nagti-TikTok na friend, binemessage niya kagad. Pinagsasabihan niya. Tigil-tigilan mo yan, ha?
At least PM.
At least PM. Hindi,
Comments.
hindi diretsahan sa Facebook. Hindi public chastisement.
Mm.
So, yan. Hintayin lang natin magpumasok yung mga, yung mga contestants para alam
Yes.
natin kung sino yung mananalo.
Tara,
Sino
let's
ba to?
go.
Ralph, si Doan Katamin, player ko sa Meralco. Naging teammate mo rin si Doan,
Yes.
diba?
Yes.
Yan, si Doan. Tigas ng katawan yan, kahit payat.
Yes, very true.
Ah, parang si ano yan eh. Yan ba tawag? May tawag kami sa kanya eh. Anyway, wag na. Live nga pala tayo.
Yan eh.
Ayan.
Carry away.
Ayan, shoutout kay Ace, kay Jetmark, kay Rap Rap. Ayan, puro taga-kainta dito. Mga players
Yan.
dito yan. Si Art. Si Art pala nanonood. Cedric, Gian, Kevin Dion, Gardeners.
Nice.
Sid Ventura, si Sid, friend natin from an eternity of basketball. Ano rin.
Yun.
Hopefully, sina Sid, ma-guess ko naman dito yan. Kasama sina Charlie, saka sina Noel Zarate. Yung grupo nila doon. Yun naman yung group nila, more on yung mga legends of basketball. Yun yung mga gine-guess nila doon. Yung mga retired na. So, si Zar, si Boss Budoy, Choro Bale from Cainta, si Choi Kalunsod, Michael David, si Attorney Michael, si Matt Villanueva, yan, mga players ko from law school, mga teammates ko rin. Si Bea Rondario, ito yung mga players ko naman dito sa Cainta, si Nazay, Opes Mina. Congrats nga pala dyan kay Zay, kay JB Discutido. May sinimulan kasi kaming project dito sa Cainta. A year ago. Yung One Cainta Game Changers. Basically, it's a program para yung mga Cainta basketball players, yung mga nasa high school, mabigyan ng training, tapos mabigyan sila ng opportunity to showcase their skills para makapunta sila sa bigger and better schools.
Nice.
So as of now, meron na kami na nakalipat. Last year, mga 2 yata yung nakalipat ng school. Tapos ngayon naman, meron 3. Yung 2, JRU, yung isa, Lyceum. So congratulations kay Zai, saka kay JB, saka yung isa kay Yodge Panganiban.
Congrats, guys.
So yun yung papagawa ko sa yung design. I will hire your services for that. Kasi gusto namin may identity yung may identity yung Cainta basketball in terms of yung uniform. So isa standard na namin. So let's talk about it. Let's talk about it off air.
Yes, for sure.
Baka pwede ring 80% discount.
Iba talaga when it's yours. Kumbaga, when you feel like it, you're connected to it, and that's why we design custom.
Yes, at saka yung mga taga Rizal dyan, hintayin nyo, after all of this is over, itong mga quarantine issues natin, itong COVID pandemic issues, magkakaroon tayo ng year-round league sa Rizal under the Got Skills banner. Tapos hopefully magkaroon tayo ng partnership with Project 4 para do sa mga jerseys, para bawat yung clubs na magpa-participate may sariling identity. Kasi I really believe yung uniforms, ang gandang niyan, do sa identity ng team. Sige, tuloy mo. Nasa vision nyo yan eh. Sige.
Design is only successful if it motivates action.
Yes.
So as in whether it's feeling more proud of your team or being within the team or
Yeah.
feeling like you can do more
Mm.
or alam mo yon kahit
Mm.
yung parang pakiramdam mo lang sa sarili mo or ma-motivate ka lang in a sense
Mm.
na parang oh okay matatapos ko tong race na to, let's say it's a marathon or a
Mm.
21K, parang with that confidence when things parang when you feel like it's yours,
Mm.
na parang um alam mo yon, it just helps you out internally because
Yeah.
it reminds you na parang okay, at the core of everything it's still me.
Yeah. Doon pumapasok nga yung ano eh, yung sinabi nga ni Dion Sanders, 'di ba? Si Primetime.
Yes.
You look good, you feel good basically. So yun yung identity na binibigay ng uniforms.
Yes.
Secondly, yung unity kasi lahat kayo pare-pareho kayo you wear the same colors, you wear the same logo.
Yes.
Kahit yung mga coaches, syempre iba yung uniform, pero at least
Mm.
it's based on the same design concept. Kaya there's unity. You have this feeling that you're part of the group. Everybody's got
Mm.
your back, yung ganun. And third na aspect, well, nag-lecture na ako, diba? Yung third nga, yung is equality. Everyone's on the
True.
same page. Not necessarily in terms of yung skill level, kasi syempre,
Yes.
alam naman natin, there's no such thing pagdating sa team sports. There are some players who will play more than others because of their
Yes.
skill level. Pero in terms of being part of a group, everyone has their role to play.
Yes,
So
that's
yun.
true.
So yun yung three major mga pagsuot ng team uniforms eh. Yung mga
Exactly.
psychological aspects. Nasa ano niya yan? Nabasa ko doon sa ano niya. Doon sa vision. Yung pinadala mo sa akin sa email.
Yes, yes.
Uh,
Kasama talaga siya.
that's why I
The
know you
reasons
guys
why.
know your stuff pagdating sa designing sports. So,
Yes, thank you.
so medyo slow yung yung pagdating ng mga tao. Reminder, okay? Just in case you're just tuning in, meron tayong giveaway. Dali, kukunin ko ah.
Yeah, go.
Okay, you're going to win this limited edition Pilipinas jersey. Okay, palitan ko
Yes,
yung
let's
video para
go.
mas makita nila.
Yung photo.
Yeah. Yan. This limited edition Pilipinas jersey designed by the Project 4. Okay? Although size medium siya in men's kasi nga limited edition, naubos na yung stock. So this is going to be the last jersey na of this design unless mag-release sila ng ulit. Okay? Pero hindi natin alam 'yon. So, kung gusto niyo mapanalunan tong jersey na to, please click on the link to our YouTube channel. Nasa description 'yon. Tapos, mag-subscribe kayo, screen cap nyo, and then send. Kung friend ko kayo, send nyo na lang sa akin via Facebook Messenger or pwede nyo i-post dun sa page ng the Sportsnet Project. And I will also throw in this face mask.
Face mask.
Yan, full dye sublimated na face mask. Meron siyang pocket sa likod na pwede mong lagyan nung ano ba
Filter.
tawag sa ganun? Yung filter? Yung,
Yeah.
may tawag sa kanya eh.
Hindi ko
Anyway,
alam.
may yung sa material niya. So, yun. So, yan. Limited edition din yan. Di 5 pa lang yung meron yan.
Yes.
Ayan.
That's the first of 5. Come on.
Okay? So, yun. So, send it now. Tapos, siguro ganito na lang. Para ayoko naman, I don't wanna hold you for, medyo matagal na rin yung interview natin. Baka, syempre, it's a Sunday. Rest day natin yan. Okay, so i-announce na lang namin later on. Okay?
Yes.
Doon sa mga mag-send in. We already have a few, pero syempre gusto natin mas maraming mag-participate.
Yes.
So ayan, ikaw, before before we go, any last parting words, anything about graphic design, any tips para sa mga aspiring graphic design, sa mga teams or who want to avail of your services, mga ganong something to that effect. The floor is yours.
Sige. I guess probably in terms of tips for everyone who wants to start, just put your stuff out there. And I mean, even if you're not super confident about it yet, or even if you don't think that it's perfect, as long as it's out there, mas mataas yung chance that someone will reach out to you and they'll eventually see how good it is. It's better na meron na nikita rather than just, holding yourself back because you think that it's not representative of who you are or what you can do right now. And honestly, that's how I started naman. again, yung kwento ko kanina, it's just a catalog lang of the designs that I've done. Um, Yun, from there na lang siya lumaki. And also, I guess, in terms of getting specific work, if you want to be working with the people I mean, if meron kang mga dream na mga clients, make sure lang na you're the one to reach out to them, or um, you make something that they like, and eventually they'll end up parang seeing you also, and ewan ko, exciting siya. If anyone wants to get us to design for them, we're online. On Instagram, it's the Project 4. On Facebook, it's still also the Project 4. Our website is theproject4.com. You can also send an email via the website. So, yes, I think
Yan.
that's it.
Okay, so yun, well said. And on that note, we have reached the end of today's episode. I'd like to thank Al Aranas for taking time to
Thank
join us.
you.
If you'd like to know more about the Project 4 or inquire about their services, I provided a link in the description to their social media accounts. Hindi yung personal ni Au. Baka marami mag-message eh. And in case you haven't, please like and follow our Facebook page. By tomorrow, I'll be uploading naman this video over at our YouTube channel. So the link to that, sabi ko nga kanina, is provided down at the description below. And please do like and subscribe it. Subscribe to it naman. Okay?
Yes.
Share nyo na rin sa friends nyo, please. Okay, and with that being said, thank you to everyone for joining us. Thank you, Au.
Thank
Uh,
you. Thank you.
this is F. Francisco signing off. Keep safe and stay sporty.